Morning, Thomas. How are you?
Hi,
Hello. How's it going?
good. You?
Fine, too. Thank God it's not very, very cold. So I'm doing well. I think my camera is frozen. Can you hear me?
No, I see you. Yes, I
All
see
right,
you.
all right, okay. Maxi now is trying to get in. All right, okay. Right. Mm. Morning, Maxi. How are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, good to hear that. Oh, how happy Father's Day. Belated, right? How did you spend your day?
Sorry?
How did you spend your day? I cannot hear you. I mean, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. What was your day like? Yes, your Father's Day.
Okay. It was a nice day. I shared with my daughter
I see.
a lot of time.
Great. Lovely. Good.
Yes.
Good.
With my family decide to stay in home
At
all the
home.
weekend.
I
Yes.
see. All right. Yeah. Yes. It was
The
so
last
nice.
the last few months I traveled a lot for work to work
On business, you say?
yes, and business, and we decided stay at home
I see.
all the
Okay.
weekend, all the large weekend.
Yeah. Besides, the weather was not very stable either. So I think it was something wise to do. Well, it depends. I don't remember where you are. Which part of the country are you in?
I'm from Banco Juárez, Córdoba State.
Okay, okay. Well, in Cordoba, the great thing about the weather is that it may start off as horrible, but then during the day it gets better all the time.
Yes, it's a nice weather, but the invernal time is heavy.
Winter?
Is the
Uh-huh.
winter time is
I see. All right.
not
Yeah, it can even snow.
not like the weather of Bariloche, but it's
Yes, it's hard. Yes, okay.
yeah, it's hard.
Winter time. Yes, winter time can be hard. Yes. All righty. Is there anybody else? Hi, Matthias.
Lindsay, could you share with me the link of the classroom? Because
Sure.
I cannot see in my
But
drive.
you weren't you there? Let me see. Now I'll check out if I can see you here because I have the feeling that I've seen you. Let me see. I can move it. I don't know. I programmed for the folder to start at 8, but apparently it hasn't started. Let me see. Now I'm going to share with you my timetable. The other day I didn't do it because I still was a bit messy about it. Yeah, sorry, this one, for example, personas, this one. You see, I have you here. Maxi Pico, you are here.
Yes, but I cannot see in my drive.
Okay. Well, let's see. If not, can you give me your email address?
Yes, Maxi Pico.
This one. This one is from INVAP. Maybe
Sí, Maxi Pico, punto, Maxi Pico,
dot.
with, Pico con dos C, with two C.
Okay, sorry. Dot, you say.
Dot,
punto es dot.
INVAP,
Yes.
sí, dot, INVAP,
INVAP.
arroba at gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Okay, there we go. That's it. Nothing. And nothing happens. Why not?
Substrat.com.ar.
.com.ar.
No, it's .com.
Okay. Maybe it's a question of
Maybe because I
now the thing is
I am in the classroom. I am in the classroom, but I cannot see anything.
okay. You can't see can you see the photo and you can't see the content, or you
The
can't
content. I see a file, but not the content.
okay. How strange. But was it today? Because today I just added videos, but I didn't add anything. Then the rest of the days, yes, we have the lists of words that we are making. Is that the case or not?
No, I cannot see anything.
Okay. Maybe I should delete you from the other entries. I don't know. I just wouldn't know whether this is the reason why you cannot stay here. Let me see here. The new address hasn't started. I mean, hasn't entered this place. So we have
Sorry, Maxi, with other mail? Personal mail?
I have to mail, and I can see my super profile in the list.
Okay.
Yeah, you said Maxi Pico and dot what?
Maxi, sorry, Maxi Pico
Dot.
INVAP
INVAP.
INVAP
Gmail.
mail.
Maybe because of INVAP here. If not, listen, I will send you this and click here, and probably the system will choose the address that it needs to choose. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Well, all right. The other day we had, sorry. Before we start, I want to share with you this so that we can sort out the question of my replacement or my continuing during these 2 weeks in July. Let's see. June. And the first 2 weeks in July, I need to make a replacement at the school where I'm working. So the option that I'm offered, that I can offer you is Mondays from 10:30 to 11:30 or from 11 to 12. Could that be a possibility or not? Fridays are fine. I don't have any problems. The problem will be on Mondays. Is there any option, or I could offer you from 10 to 11 on Tuesdays?
On Tuesday, I can.
You can. Yes, you can. I see. All right. And Maxi?
I see in the morning I can how do you say, me puedo acomodar.
I can arrange my timetable. Good.
I can arrange my time. If I have some problem, I share with you and you program the class.
Well, okay, yeah. The idea is because I will have many more availabilities. So that is the thing. And in your case, Matthews?
Me too. I can.
You can. When is it better? On Mondays, late in the morning, or on Tuesdays at 10?
For me, Mondays.
Mondays.
Monday,
Okay.
okay.
Monday, and which time would you prefer? 10:30, 11:30, or 11 to 12?
11. For me, 11.
For 11? Okay. So then
Okay.
you here. I have to check it out with Andrea just in case. But for the time being, well, I will get no, not all. this one and I will arrange it in the following week too. It's 2 weeks. And then we go back to normal, right? Or if not, the other option that I can offer you is during the winter holidays, I have all these available. You see, from 1 o'clock, but in that case, we would be having 2 hours, like, or maybe it could be on Tuesday or on Wednesday, whenever it suits you better. Yes. So in that, maybe we can leave it like this. And if there are any circumstances that are unavoidable, we can reprogram the class for some other time here. I can, for example, at lunchtime, it's not going to be an issue for me on any of these days from Monday to Thursday during the next 2 weeks. Yes, from the winter. Sorry, yeah, that would be the winter holidays. Okay. Is that okay?
It's okay.
All
Yes,
right,
it's
well,
okay.
okay, fine. Having settled this, so then I will ask Andrea just in case, and if she says that it's okay, then we can carry on. Well, the other day we had a brief conversation. You had a brief conversation, and you started talking about burgers. Remember that? Now, while you were having this conversation, did you feel at any time that there were certain things that you wanted to express and you couldn't, or that there was some kind of obstacle in transmitting what you wanted to say? Yeah. How did you perceive your interaction in that conversation?
For
Yes.
me, it's easy understand that the other person say to me, but
Okay. It was
I
easy.
have it's so difficult to me
For me.
can express that
Okay.
express that I can
To express
that I
myself.
can exactly.
Okay, you say this is a construction that you have in English, and it's you say, let me just go to classroom here, and it is like this. It's difficult for me to do something. So what you have is it plus adjective for somebody to do something. Yes, like you say, it's too cold for me to go outside. It's too hard for me to do it now, or it's too difficult for me to do it alone. So you have it's plus adjective plus for somebody plus to do something. Yes, so you say it's, for example, examples of your own. You can say the project is too hard to do it alone. Yes, or it's too complex to do it alone. Another one. Oh, sorry. Here I can say for me to do it alone. For me to do it alone, so as to have the complete structure. If not, you can say it like that, right? It's too hard to do it alone or to be done alone if you want to use a passive construction. For example,
Learn English is too hard for me.
learning English
Learning English is too hard for me to
too
do it
hard
alone.
for me to do it alone. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's very simple, but however, it's really complex. Since it comes from a different root, the simplicity it has turns out to be rather complex. Yes, if you think about it, the vocabulary items are limited. The construction of the sentence is always a fixed construction. You always have subject, verb, and predicate. You don't have to, maybe that is what makes it hard. And probably there is where you find this limitation, because we tend to encode language as if we were speaking Spanish. Yeah. And what we need to configure in our minds is, okay, there's a subject, a verb about that subject, and then something that I need to say about that subject. If you try to organize your thought along those lines, I think things are going to be a lot easier. But you always have to think of what you're going to say first, or who you want to talk about, or what you want to let's see, say about this thing, and then the verb, and then the predicate. However, our structure is, I mean, as it happens to anyone who wants to learn any other language, our mother tongue is always there struggling to appear first. Yes, so what we need to do is to curve, disciplinar, yes, to curve, you say, to curve, sorry, to curve that drive, ese ímpetu, ¿no? That drive. You say that drive. And think along the lines of how English is structured. But yes, that makes it hard. Any other difficulty that you find whenever you want to talk with somebody else? So comprehension is on the whole quite okay. This is what you call competence and performance from a methodological point of view. For example, well, Maxi, you have a daughter, but I think, Thomas, do you have nephews or nieces? Matthias, you do.
Yes.
Yes, you do. Well, probably you have seen how your kids at home can understand a lot more than what they can produce. So their competence is much higher than their performance. There's a moment when competence and performance level up, and then I mean, there's no difference between one or the other. Right now, your competence is at maybe a 1-year-old stage, yes, or a bit more, because you can produce a bit more than a 1-year-old baby. Maybe you are, I don't know, shall we say 6 years old in English, yes. There are certain inconsistencies in how you want to express yourself, which happens to children who are 6 or even 7, yes. Maybe those who are already 9, they have a wider vocabulary. However, there are notions that they are not aware of, concepts that they do not have. So, and we go through the same process when we learn another language. The difficulty here is that we have 20 or 30, or I don't know how old you are, but 30-year-old performance experience in Spanish, and we want to encode English with all the resources that we have acquired up to now. And we have to think that we have just given some few steps in English. So that is also a challenge, to be able to express yourself with the little resources that you have acquired up to now. Yeah, so that is, well, another thing that we need to be patient about ourselves, and maybe read the vocabulary that we see over and over again, so that then you can internalize those concepts, and your English becomes like stronger in terms of expression. And that, I don't know, it makes you move forward. Yes, the more you read, for example, any of the presentations that we have made, or the material that I have presented to you, if you go over then at home and you read that once again thoroughly, trying to study and incorporate vocabulary, you will see that your resources are going to be stronger, and you will feel more confident, and that makes you, I don't know, make progress, right? Well, so anything else that you feel when you are talking, when you want to speak English?
Yes, I think that to me it's difficult can find the correct, the exactly words
To find the right word.
to express my idea.
Okay, well, that's a
Okay.
question of vocabulary. Yes, so the
Yes.
more you are exposed to reading, films, videos, whatever, so that will make you have that difference that you are so willing to have right now. Well, okay, so now and Thomas or Maxi, something else that you would like to add?
No, I'm
You
the
agree with
same that
Maxi?
Maxi.
Mhm.
I didn't find the correct word.
Okay, all right. Maybe there you
Yes.
can say, I couldn't find, I agree.
I am all the time saying, how do you say? How do you say?
Yes.
I see, okay. All right, okay. Yeah. Well,
Sorry, but
it's okay. It's all right. Yes, it's that's a way of learning, right? So, all right. So now, well, let's have a look at this video that we have to watch today. So here, before watching, yeah, this is peculiar because I have to make it smaller for it to become bigger. See there. I think it's because of the presentation. So here it says, before watching, check that you're familiar with these words and match the words with the corresponding definition. So we have inspire. Before reading the definition, how would you define inspire in your own words?
I'm sorry?
How can you define the word inspire in your own words before reading the definition?
Okay.
Try not to like use the definitions there, but how can you define inspire?
is when we give to somebody confidence. Confidence
Yes.
es confianza.
Yes, it is, right? Yes, it's more seguridad, right? Confidence is more like you feel self-assured about something when you feel assertive. Yes, yes. When you make someone feel confident, when you make someone feel assertive. Yes, that's right. Trivial. How can you define the word trivial in your own words? Then we will match the words with the definitions given here. What's trivial? So read the definitions.
For me, is something is not very important. Is
Exactly.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Right. Then devolve. Maybe this is something new. Don't worry. Polarized. This one becomes a bit
Polarizing.
technical. Yeah. When we have polarized points of view, for example, which is so typical.
yes.
Different points of view.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, different
Or
and
opposites point of
maybe
view.
there we have
Okay.
opposite points of view. And
Point of view.
overlook. What is to overlook?
Overlook.
Something
Overlook something.
Yeah,
something
and
don't see with
something
with
that you don't see. Yes, that
Exactly.
goes unnoticed. Yes, you don't pay attention to it, but not because you do it intentionally, but you did it by mistake. Sometimes, for example, in development, some mistakes are overlooked. Yes, like I mean, people cannot spot those mistakes. Yes. Well, so now yes, it says fail to notice something, which is I mean, this is the definition of which of the words. Fail, overlooked. Yes, okay. Failed should have been there. Failed to notice something. Notice, darse cuenta, right? You say notice. I didn't notice that, or I didn't realize it. Then, of little value or importance.
Trivial.
Trivial.
Trivial, right? Yes. C. Can you read what C says there?
Opposite AG point of view.
Yes, for example, EG stands for exemplum. Yes, it's a Latin word.
AG.
Yes. Okay, so for example, points of view. So here,
Polarized.
polarized. Yes.
Polarized.
Who can read D?
To change from one thing to another, often to something bad.
Yes, okay.
Devolve.
Devolve, that's right.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Then E,
To give somebody the desire, confidence, or enthusiasm to do something creative.
create, yes, you say
Inspire.
inspire. Enthusiasm, yes, it's enthusiasm. And then you say desire. It's a strong Z, desire. Desire, enthusiasm, and to do something. Good. Now, here we have some sentences that we need to complete. So we're going to read them before we do the listening and try to predict which the missing words are here. So A, can read A.
In this world we live in, every conversation has the potential to devolve into an.
Yes, for example, it could devolve into an what? Yes, you don't have the words there, but what do you think um, the lady that will deliver this speech will say here?
In a discussion.
Okay, but here you have an, yes, you're right. Now remember that discussion in Spanish is understood with a level of aggression, but in English it's understood as a debate.
Okay.
For example, we can discuss about abortion, we can discuss about the capitalism and communism. So the idea is that we're going to exchange ideas. But
Okay.
when we mean aggression, which is the word?
Fight.
Fight, we are already with our fists. Yes, I'm already dealing a blow on somebody's face. Yeah.
Assault.
A bit less than that. Sorry.
Assault.
Assault. No, assault is when somebody takes you off guard. For example, I was assaulted by his answer. For instance, it doesn't have this question of being asaltado, pero asaltado como taken.
Okay.
Yes, by surprise. Yes, being taken off guard. Yes. So, and here, and what do you call pelea in English?
Attack.
Again, that would imply physical aggression or, well, verbal aggression too. But it would devolve into an argument. Yes, argument. When you argue, then you are having
Okay.
aggressive conversation. Yes, and an argument es una discusión
Arguments.
agresiva, right? So argument, yes, an argument, and what you say is to argue. Sorry, argue. Yes, so okay. I argued, yes.
I
Okay.
start with the vocal. No?
With a vowel, you mean vowel? With your with your
I
mouth?
said for the an.
Ah, yes, and a vowel. You say an argument because it starts with a vowel.
Okay.
So then you have to say an argument. B. Can you read B?
A conversation requires the balance between something. Between.
What do you think? We need to have a balance with when we are talking. Think of what happens in our interaction with somebody else for us to have proper conversations, right? What do you need to do? And
Balance is when the two ideas have the same level of importance.
okay, yeah, but for us to think that we have this or to reach the same level of importance, what do we exercise? What do we put into practice every time we have a conversation? Yeah, for example, now we are having a conversation. How is it developed?
the same, a conversation requires balance between conversation and escuchar. How do you say?
Yeah, that's right. Very good. Listening.
Listening. Okay.
Listening. Otherwise, we cannot understand one another, right? Okay, good. Then we have lost that balance. And here, what do you think she could say? We have lost that balance. Andrea's coming in. Yes.
That's balance conversation.
We have lost that balance. And here I think she's going to mention something in connection with time. Nowadays, yes, at present, right? Something of the sort. Okay. Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Hi guys,
Hi, Andrea.
sorry for the hour. How are
Okay.
you?
We're fine. Now, it says a high school teacher realized that conversational competence, this ability, right, of how to develop a conversation, might be the single most skill that we fail to teach children. How do you feel about this? Do you think that this you can realize it, or you can see it at home with your children, or the children you live around with? Yes, the ability to speak, that would be conversational competence, right? This question of saying something and listening to what others have to tell us. And from there, construct our thought. So, do you think that this is something that we fail to teach children? I guess that we expect our children to pick up this from us, but we don't formally tell them unless we are in a chaotic situation, right? Sometimes at school, this happens. Like all the children want your attention at once, and they all want to be assisted at the same time. And maybe they are seeing that you are answering to somebody else, but they still keep on saying, Miss, 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 right? And you are actually speaking to somebody else. So, and they don't seem to realize that I cannot split myself into 3 or 4 of them, right? But well, it's at that point when we formally have to tell them, okay, wait a second, I am paying attention to what your mate has to tell me, and then I will assist you, right? I will give my full attention to you. But this seems to be a competence that normally, for example, at home, we don't tend to refer to these like overtly. Yes, it's something that we expect our children to pick from us. Yes, to get it from how we interact. Yes. Well, okay.
Yes.
So now, Andrea, just in time because we're going to start with the video. So I have to look it up somewhere else because it was in Spanish. The one we had there in the platform. By the way, were you given a code for you to start with extra activities to do in a parallel way to the class? Yes, you are a blended course, right? Ustedes son un curso que le llaman blended, right? Así al
I
menos
think. Yes.
you are.
Yes.
Okay, so yesterday I received an email telling me about, let me just check that. And that you had, that you would already have access to this material. Have you been given an access code for that or not?
No.
No? Ah, okay, okay. So maybe they are going to answer to me. No. This is not here. Okay, here. New courses available in our LMS. LMS, that was the thing. And well, the thing is that last night I couldn't enter this platform because I don't know if they need to reset my password there because I couldn't use my password here. You see, it says welcome to English Services Learning Platform. And well, here you are supposed to be complementing the activities that we are going to be developing here in the class, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
as soon as I have the information, I'll let you know, right? So if you need to be, as you see here, I'm not so sure if this is what I need to try right now. If this has been reset or something, maybe it was late at night yesterday. Yeah, I'm getting this. Okay. Well, no, nothing is happening. Well, okay. So as soon as I have some information, I'll let you know through the chat. Yes. So that in that way we can make the most of, for example, I don't know, the free time from the weekend so as to catch up with material that has already been prepared for you and we haven't had access yet. Well, okay. Where did I open the... Okay. There it is. So let's have a look at this talk. New share here. All right. I think that just a second. Here and okay. So now.
I'm sorry, Nilce, but I can't hear the video.
Yes.
And the imagine is like,
Sorry, Andrea. Sorry.
I can't hear the video.
Yes. Me too.
Yes, me too.
Me too.
Now I can hear you. Now, yes.
All right, I want to see a show of hands. How many of you have unfriended someone on Facebook because they said something offensive about politics or religion, childcare, food? And how many of you know at least one person that you avoid because you just don't want to talk to them? You know, it used to be that in order to have a polite conversation, we just had to follow the advice of Henry Higgins in My Fair Lady, stick to the weather and your health. But these days, with climate change and anti-vaxxing, those subjects are not safe either. So this world that we live in, this world in which every conversation has the potential to devolve into an argument where our politicians can't speak to one another and where even the most trivial of issues have someone fighting both passionately for it and against it, it's not normal. Pew Research did a study of 10,000 American adults, and they found that at this moment, we are more polarized, we are more divided than we ever have been in history. We're less likely to compromise, which means we're not listening to each other, and we make decisions about where to live, who to marry, and even who our friends are going to be based on what we already believe. Again, that means we're not listening to each other. A conversation requires a balance between talking and listening, and somewhere along the way we lost that balance. Now, part of that is due to technology. smartphones that you all either have in your hands or close enough that you could grab them really quickly. According to Pew Research, about a third of American teenagers send more than 100 texts a day. And many of them, almost most of them, are more likely to text their friends than they are to talk to them face to face. There's this great piece in The Atlantic. It was written by a high school teacher named Paul Barnwell. And he gave his kids a communication project. He wanted to teach them how to speak on a specific subject without using notes. And he said this: I came to realize that conversational competence might be the single most overlooked skill we fail to teach. Kids.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So far, what has she been talking about? Yes. What is she talking about?
He is talking about the actual problem with the
Communication.
communication. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, it's true. Currently, we're having issues. How does she start? By saying, how many of you
All right, I want to see a show of hands. How many of you have unfriended someone on
I can't hear you.
Yes.
We cannot hear you, Inse.
now? Can you hear me? No. Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
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 You can. Okay.
Right
So,
now, yes.
all right. When I activate them. So she starts like,
Sorry, it's like the microphone turns down and
Yes.
change the volume of your voice.
so here she uses a word. Right now, can you hear me better? No?
I think yes.
Little bit
No.
here.
No.
And now, is it better?
Yes.
Okay, so she uses a word to refer to this question of stop speaking to someone through Instagram or Facebook, social media in general, right? So, which is the word that she used there? She says, how many of you have
Unfriend.
unfriended? Yes, unfriended
Okay.
someone. I use up
I'm
No?
sorry, Mr. But you like, I don't know how to say.
really fast. So don't worry.
Hablas y se te va la voz. Se te va el audio. Va y viene.
I should capture the channel for the video to be heard. I think that takes my voice off. Is it better now? Yes. Okay.
Maybe.
Yes.
So don't worry about.
We cannot hear you.
to see a show of hands. How many of you have unfriended someone on Facebook because they said something offensive about politics or religion, childcare, food?
So which were the topics that she referred to?
The offended.
Politics,
Yes.
care children,
Food and
And food.
religion.
Food.
and religion.
Yes.
Started in something more specific like childcare. Tendencies that have become stronger, right? Okay, fine. Now let's
And how many of you know at least one person that you avoid because you just don't want to talk to them?
she says, instead of saying unfriending someone, yeah, which is
Sorry, I can't hear you
sorry.
again. It's like
is it better?
When you start to talk, we cannot hear you.
yes,
Them behind to listen you.
Like that? Is it better?
Not.
No.
no.
Because it only happens with you. I don't have any other problem with any other group of students.
Maybe if we try to do the class in Google Meet, I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, for me it's better.
Because
okay. Oh,
I don't
let's-
know, I think that Zoom is, Google for me is better.
Well, okay, just a second. I'm going to give you a link. I will give you a
Okay.
link.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, now where am I? There you are. You have the link there.
Okay.
Okay, see you there.
See
Okay.
you.
All right. Yes. Have you clicked on the link? I see. Okay.